Hello guys, this is the very first video that I'm putting it out on YouTube. So this channel is going to help students who are preparing for JEE Mains or NEET or 11th and 12th in general. So I will be starting with the very first chapter of 11th standard, and then I will be all the lectures are going to be very much detailed, and slowly we are going to progress into the other chapters. Okay. So let us start with the very first chapter, that is physical world and units and measurement. So the very first question that we will see here is, what is physics? So we'll try to answer this question first. So physics is, basically the study of day-to-day objects, day-to-day phenomenon, the way the different things behave in nature. So the answer for this question can be written as, it is the study of nature and its laws. Okay. So we will not be going very much detailed in physical world topic. So there are a few important things that we should know that we will be seeing here. So the very first thing that we need to know here is fundamental forces in nature. So there are four fundamental forces in nature. So the very first fundamental force is gravitational force. The second fundamental force that we have is electromagnetic force. The next one we have strong nuclear force. And the last but not the least, is your weak nuclear force. Okay, so these are the four fundamental forces that exists in nature. So like if you hear a name of any other force apart from these, so those will be basically uh, a part of or a type of any of these four fundamental forces only. Okay, so now we'll see each and every force in detail, a little bit about them. So the first one that we have is a gravitational force. So about gravitational force, we have, you all must be having some idea. You must have studied in ninth standard as well. Yes or no? Gravity is known to everyone. So Newton has given a law, yes or no? The Newton's law of gravitation. So he stated that any two mass in the universe attract each other, and this force of attraction between any two masses in the universe is known as your gravitational force. Okay, so the same thing can be written as a definition here. So it is the force of mutual attraction between any two objects due to their masses. So gravitation force is the force of mutual attraction between any two object due to their masses. So if any two objects are having mass, they will apply a force on each other, and that force is known as gravitational force. So we have a law called Newton's law of gravitation. So this law, Newton's law of gravitation, helps us in finding the formula for gravitational force between two masses, 2 point masses to be precise. So if there are 2 point masses m1 and m2, separated by a distance r, then they apply a force on each other. Okay. They will attract each other with a force, And according to Newton's law of gravitation, the magnitude of this force is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the separation between them. Okay. So if we combine them, we'll get that force is proportional to m1 m2 by r square. So the force is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So here there is a proportionality constant, and that proportionality constant is capital G. So it becomes capital G m1 m2 by r square. So this here is the formula for gravitational force. So here m1 m2 are the masses, point masses, okay, and r is the, or I can move this thing here, r is separation between the masses. And here capital G is universal gravitation constant. Okay, so this capital G has a value which is equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11, and it has a unit Newton meter square per kg square. Okay, so this is our first fundamental force. Now we will move on to the next fundamental force that we have. So before moving on to the next fundamental force, let us see some properties of this gravitational force, okay, which are important. Or before doing that, let us try to understand something. The thing is that the gravitational force is the weakest force in nature. Okay, so to get a comparison with other forces that we will be studying later, that how weak this force is, let us take an example. Let us solve a problem and try to understand the magnitude of gravitational force. So let me write the question here. 1 kg each and separated by a distance of 1 meter. So if we see solution for this question, so let us take 2 point masses of 1 kg each, and separation between them is given as 1 meter, right? So the magnitude of the gravitational force between them we need to calculate. So let us do the calculation here. The force value is, the formula is capital G m1 m2 by r square. So if we put the values here, let us keep G as it is. Mass is 1 kg, m1 is 1 kg, m2 is also 1 kg, and separation is 1 meter. So if you see magnitude wise, it comes out as G, and we know that capital G value is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. So we have calculated a force, so the unit will be Newton, and if I expand this, it will be 0.1234567 So by looking at the number of zeros, you can understand that gravitational force is a very weak force. So if we have two bodies of mass 1 kg each separated by a distance of 1 meter, the gravitational force between them is very small. Yes or no? So we later will be seeing that when we compare, gravitational force in fact is the weakest force in nature. Okay. Now let us see few properties of gravitational force. So the first property of the gravitational force is it is always attractive in nature. Okay. So the gravitational force between two bodies is always attractive in nature. So two bodies are always going to attract each other if the force acting is gravitational force. Okay, then they cannot repel each other just by the virtue of gravitational force. The second point is it does not depend on the medium between the particles. So what this means is that the gravitational force between 2 point masses or any masses in general will not depend upon the medium between them. So as long as the mass values are same and the separation between the masses are same, the magnitude of gravitational force is going to remain same even if the medium between them changes. Meaning, even if you are keeping the masses in air, so suppose if the mass is in air, there is certain force value. Now if we take those two masses keeping the same separation, but if it is in water or kerosene or any other medium for that matter, the magnitude of gravitational force is not going to change, it will remain same. Okay. Third point is that it is a central force, meaning the force acts along the line joining the two masses. Okay. So the force will always be acting along the line joining the two masses, line joining the center of the two masses, we can say. So if you have two masses suppose like this, and if we draw a line joining the center of the two masses, then this gravitational force of attraction will be acting along this line only. This force of attraction is going to be along this line. Okay. This force cannot be in this direction or in this direction for that matter. It will always be along the line joining the two masses. These are the two masses, m1 and m2. Okay. Another property, let us see, is that the range of gravitational force is infinite. So the range of this gravitational force is very high, meaning even if the objects are separated by a large distance, the gravitational force will still be acting on them. Okay. The value might be less, but it can act from a large distance as well. Okay. The fifth point is it is the weakest force in nature. Okay. So gravitational force between two bodies, as we know, if you compare with other fundamental forces, it is the weakest force in nature. Okay. So okay students, what I'm gonna do today is we'll end this session here. In the next video we will be continuing with the other fundamental forces that we have, that is electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force and weak nuclear force. Okay, we'll end this session here. Bye bye, hope to see you all in the next video.